I don't know who has a quarter on the table for this, but I'll say this: from one excellent visual storyteller to another excellent visual storyteller,
No doubt.
I think Edgar Wright is one of the best, just purely visual storytellers, specifically for comedy that we have.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I
also,
think
I
he's
just,
got
I
every
would,
movie in the closet.
this film is more about the writing, I think, than
Yeah.
anything in terms of I've never seen a film like this that had so many callbacks in it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's overwhelming. You have to watch it two or three
The
times to get them
Winchester.
all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost as like tightly
I'll stop doing it if
scripted.
you stop laughing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like approaching
But
Back to the
his
Future level.
but his but the whole first like 5 minutes, whatever, the visual gags that Shaun goes through,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that he's setting up his trip to the market, his going back
Yes.
home, he's setting it up so well that
Mhm.
when it gets to where you want to be, it's just so much fun. Like
Mhm.
it, you know.
Well, the
I
opening
also I
scene.
realized something about this film this time that had sort of skated past me in previous viewings, and that is that Sean loses both his parents
Mm-hmm.
in this film,
Mm-hmm.
No, he
and
doesn't.
His
well,
father,
he
He
his,
loses.
doesn't.
his
As a
Yeah,
stepfather.
but
stepdad.
his stepdad becomes his father figure in the space of about a 60-second scene where he's
Yes,
dying in the
that's
car.
true.
Yeah.
And so, in that regard, he loses two parents. And that is what the movie's about. Talking about thematic, follow through, Scott, this is a movie where it does affect the main character personally.
Right.
And yet, thematically, it fits the entire plot of the whole movie that this movie's about him growing up.
Right,
Stop
pretty
being
much.
such a fuck up and
Yeah.
grow up. And he does. And it's
Right.
the zombies that make him do it.
I
I
know.
love how there's some of the British Office cast pre-British Office too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
the opening sequence where they're in the Winchester and it's close up on him, and it's basically talking about his relationship with Liz, and it just gets a little bit wider, and they talk a little bit more about his life.
When they
It
pan
gets
over
a
to
little
Nick
bit
Frost,
wider.
though.
If I get the other
Yes.
couples there, and it gets a little bit wider. Then you see Ed, and it's a little bit wider, and that's a great way to open a film because
Oh, it's so
that's how it
good.
is. It's like you want to introduce an entire universe of characters. Start with the
Yeah.
main one.
It's
Open,
it's
open, 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 and
Yep.
and you're done at this with the sequence. You have all the relationships in place.
hmm
Yeah,
But
and
he,
then
but he,
Mhm.
he and Nick. I mean, they are fucking losers, dude. Like they needed something.
wow, no,
No, like John's saying, like this is if this is a
Everybody needs a friend like.
Yeah.
well, this is like a wake up and do something with your life. It's just the extreme version.
oh, him getting
It's
drunk and
like
writing that thing in the whiteboard.
you're gonna waste your fucking youth and your life and your talent and your
What's the
brain
line the other roommate says? It's like you need him around because he's a bigger loser
for
than
the
you.
new.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you go live in this shed, you thick fuck? And guess what happens in the film, right? First of all, that guy Peter Serafinowicz, he's one of my favorite actors. Tall, Darth Vader's voice. I mean, in this
Yeah.
film, he's just this exasperated roommate who's like sick of living like an animal, and at the end, he comes, he's trying to take a shower and he dies, and he's a zombie, and then like Sean says, "We're going to the pub. Maybe you see you down there later." And guess what happens?
Mhm. Right?
He's
Yeah, like you
always
said,
he's
everything's set up.
he's he's always a shithead
Mhm.
in movies,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Kind of.
I feel like it's because he's too good looking.
Hmm.
Like
Affirmative.
you have someone like that in a movie like this because you specifically are setting them up as exactly that asshole.
Yep.
Also, I recommend highly. This is a sidebar. The show Look Around You. It was on a BBC a couple of years ago.
Uh-huh.
It's a parody of like 60 science shows on BBC, and then it's another one that's 80s. He's fantastic in it. But that's an aside. Keep going.
I will
You know,
say
it's
watching it for the fifth or sixth time or however long it's like the first half is very nearly perfect. Like I do feel like by the time we're killing zombies, like and everything's going like everything's like they're really cranking up the level of carnage. I don't know, the inventiveness kind of petered out a little bit, but then it closes really strong. So I mean, like at the margin, I think this
Yeah.
movie is still really,
I
really fucking
disagree
good.
with you. I don't think it closes very well. I think this movie is completely betrayed by its endings.
Okay.
I think that the Deus Ex Machina
Is it
of the
because he keeps Ed as a pet?
the Deus Ex Machina of the girl with the golf club showing back up with the military,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
and
that's
and then yes, the final moment of the film.
He
where it's
rushes
like, oh,
it. He rushes it at the end.
yeah.
I mean, he painted himself into it. Listen,
He's
as far as
stealing
your
Bob
first,
from Day of the Dead. Is what
but
he's done.
if this is your first big movie, I mean, it's
Yeah.
you should be really proud.
Right.
Like
Oh,
this is
God,
incredible.
Yeah.
But yes, does he rush the end? Of course. Is it kind of
He
dumb
totally-
that
I
Ed
think he
is
rushed
his
it, yeah,
pet
for sure.
now in the shed?
I'm
Yeah,
with
that's
Tad.
it's so-
The military showing up and blowing everything to hell. Like,
and they play video games, and he's like, "You can't bite me, like don't bite me."
You cut that scene out, and I like this movie 20% better.
I didn't mind it.
I
It's a
agree, it's
comedy.
pretty dumb.
I've talked about the film.
You have him and his girlfriend get fucking smoked by the military when they show up. I like this movie 50% better.
Of course,
It's like Night of the Living Dead.
you know, I
Kill the hero.
talk about how tight the
He's
writing
ripped.
is.
He's ripped off so much stuff from Night of the Living Dead by the time you get to the end of this movie.
No,
Just
it's not.
take
It's
the
no,
fucking
that's
ending, too.
it's full tribute, man. It's like there's Bub's Pizza and there's like 4 electronics.
I'm not.
And like
I'm not
we're coming to
saying that in
get
a
you,
bad-
Barbara. Come on, that's
I'm not
not
saying
ripping
that in a
anything
bad-
off. That's like that's
I'm not saying
hanging a
that in a-
lantern on it.
I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm saying
It's homage.
Like, yeah, I think it's
Super
perfectly
homage.
fine to do that. I just wish he'd gone all the way with it.
And killed off the main characters.
Right.
Well, yeah, but that wouldn't be
I don't
comedy then.
disagree.
It's a rom com.
This
Also,
is
two
a
things-
rom-com.
At its heart, this is a fucking rom-com.
Two things about this that that one is this is a zombie comedy because, and this is a common thing with zombie comedies, and there are a lot of zombie comedies out there. The power never goes out.
There actually are.
The power,
That's true.
the power stays on the entire film because the thing is that and the power stays on in Zombieland, and the power stays on in
Ridiculously so. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
and-
like weeks and weeks and weeks.
yeah,
right?
exactly. If the power stays on, it means that in the back of your mind, we can actually still kind of function in this universe, so we're fine.
Yeah.
And so
especially with
that's one of the
slow
things-
zombies.
Yeah.
Slow zombies are
Yeah,
one
slow
thing.
zombies.
Yeah, slow zombies too. But
That's one of the
Pre
things
28
I
days
love.
later, we're all good.
yeah.
That's one of the things
That's
I
the
love
part that
about
doesn't
The
make any
Last
sense
of
when they're
Us.
actually in the Winchester and they're locked in there and they're all bitching and whining about now what? I'm like, you're in a fucking bar that has some food and power's on. What are you complaining about?
Actually, there's no
Yeah,
food
right.
there, but this is snacks. But that's another story entirely.
Snacks.
The
Bar
thing is,
snacks.
That's one of the
you talked
things
about.
that-
I talked about the writing in this film,
Crisps, some chips.
about how tight the writing is in terms of you do a lot of callbacks, and you like he
Yeah.
sees a little boy and says you're dead. Next time he sees him, he's dead. Blah blah blah. The thing with that girl he runs into all the time, like how you do with the ponytail, how you doing? Great. I'm glad one of us made us out, and they meet later with the parallel groups of people.
Yeah, it was
I
funny.
love
Yeah.
that.
And they all say hi to each other.
I know.
Yeah.
The thing is, that's overwriting in a certain extent. It's like that's silly. But it's a comedy, so it's okay.
It's funny.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
funny. I laughed.
Yeah. It's fun.
But I wanted to say one of the things I love about The Last of Us is that the power goes out almost immediately.
Oh yeah.
And then when you find a place with power later, it's like, oh shit, they have power.
Yeah.
Like that's because the grid there's a good XKCD video about this, about how fast the grid would fail without people.
Seconds.
And not seconds necessarily, but a day or two at the most.
Yeah.
Like-
Nobody running anything, it goes out quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And yeah, but the thing is also England still exists at the end of this movie. So however big this outbreak was, it wasn't that big.
Yeah.
Because like he's still living in that house and he's got a job and there's TV news
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so
And
whatever they
Coldplay
did,
still
whatever they did
exists and, like-
outside, right? Whatever they did outside of the framework of this film that we don't see worked pretty well.
Yeah.
Like,
It was a disaster, but it wasn't like they somehow managed to control it, and they actually were able to round up all the zombies and kind
right.
of
It's COVID, not
And put
the
them on
Black
game
Death.
shows.
yeah,
and
put it on
stuff.
game shows.
Yeah, but that's exactly-
Well,
so
you have
it-
sex with him. That's a
It's
chat
funny,
show.
you-
That's great.
You said that this movie may be more British than
Frenzy
Long Good Friday
on Good Friday.
during
Yeah.
the break.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think that's true because
Mm.
this movie exists in a world that's globalized.
Well, that's true.
He's selling JVC TVs and there's like Nissans driving around. There's Coca-Cola at the corner store and there's video and there's
In Long
there's
Good Friday,
game
they have
shows on
they have
TV.
a demolition derby. That's pretty American.
Yeah. Also, there's I think the most British film we ever saw was that
I
one
don't-
with
I'm just
Charles
kidding. I don't know
Laughton,
where that
the
started.
second one. I forgot what it's called.
Hot Fuzz?
No,
No, the
Charles
black and white.
Laughton. What was that?
Which one?
Which?
Well, the film is on Charles
Um,
Laughton.
Hobson's Choice.
Hobson's
That's
Choice.
probably the most British film I've ever seen.
Yeah, that might be. Yeah, that's a
But I'm just,
contender.
but I'm just saying this movie does exist in a globalized world, so
Yeah.
it does lose a little bit of its Britishness because
Yeah.
it's kind of this the seams are getting sanded down,
Right.
And
Well, these
Yeah,
guys
it
are
was an
talking about
easy-
American pop culture a lot.
It
That's one
was
thing.
an easy export to the United States.
Yeah.
I think
No,
it was
actually,
popular
it was.
here.
Actually, it wasn't. It came out in 2004, and it did pretty well in Britain, but they weren't sure if it wanted to do it internationally. Then it started getting word of mouth, and the New York Times wrote it up, said this is a great film. It got released a couple weeks later in the United States and took over.
This one,
But
This
it
one?
was a success. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
it was.
Well, this was such a
they
hit
weren't
that-
sure if it was an international film. There's a lot of
Right.
British films that don't get released overseas.
This was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
hit here because after I saw this movie, I went and watched Spaced because I
Oh,
was
wow.
like, I
Okay.
want to know who Edgar Wright is, and I mean now I've seen his whole, body of work,
Mhm.
but I was like, what did he do? Like, where is this guy? Who is this guy?
Well,
Yeah,
he's
right.
got his fingers in, like, he wrote the screenplay for Tintin, which was great. He's executive producer on Sightseers and Attack the Block, which are both really good.
Oh yeah.
Hitchhiker's Guide
Oh,
to
he's
the
a
Galaxy.
great filmmaker. I mean, unfortunately he's kind of getting worse, like a lot of filmmakers do when they're.
That's what
I even
happens.
thought, last night in Soho, which I thought was one of the weaker
No.
ones, still looks
That was
fucking
silly.
fantastic.
Totally weak though.
Looked nice.
Terrible
Looked nice.
movie. Looked good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Attack the Block is the better version of this film.
Attack the Block is
Block's
amazing.
great.
I'm not going to argue that.
kind of
It's-
pretty, it's close for sure.
yeah, I just
I
like
just-
that.
I think
Again,
they're both good. They're different.
this film is just all about
Similar.
this is all about the detailing.
I
This is like
like Baby Driver.
yeah, this is one of those films.
Eh,
it's just
Well,
got-
Baby Driver's fine as
I-
long as you don't pay attention to the cast.
I actively dislike Baby Driver.
I just
Yeah, I think
like
Baby
it. That's what
Driver.
I'm
That's when
watching
he was
music.
losing his grip. Was Baby Driver? It was
Yeah.
too out there. My favorite, actually, over the years, because I've rewatched all of his films, but I'm
Hot
telling
Fuzz?
you, Hot Fuzz is my favorite.
that's a hell of a movie.
I need
That
to
is.
rewatch that
fucking
and
great.
World's End.
Or the Greater Good, man. You're gonna
There's
watch the
something about
Cornetto
Hot
trilogy,
Fuzz.
basically.
The third World's End is the Cornetto trilogy. I bought
They're
that
all
in
good.
box.
They're all good.
Yeah,
They're all good,
World's End's
but
son of the week.
but much like even worse than this, though, I would say World's End's like last act is pretty bad
Yeah,
when it
And
gets.
the film just kind of runs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never watched that. I saw a trailer for it and I read a couple of reviews and I was like, nah.
Mhm.
Like,
Hot Fuzz, I think, is his.
Hot
Well,
Fuzz
and
is pretty
Scott
fucking
Pilgrim.
great.
Scott Pilgrim.
I think a Hot Fuzz, you have to kind of get what the homage is, and if you don't, it kind of is just like, what is this?
But it's
if
well for
you
me,
get-
John. It got
You get it.
Michael
It's,
Bay
that it's
movie.
if you
Well,
get
it got
that it's
better-
one of
it
these
got-
small town.
Yeah.
it got
small
better with each
town-
viewing for me, John. So
Yeah.
you might want
Although
to.
Scott
one of
Pilgrim,
those.
Scott Pilgrim.
No, I liked it.
film
I liked
That
Hot
might
Fuzz.
be my favorite.
Scott Pilgrim is fucking
I
brilliant.
admire it more than I like it because I think it's doing a lot of really amazing stuff. Like basically,
Which one? Which one?
It's
Scott
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, it basically is this is the world as a video game, and he all these levels, and he does it very graphically. It's a lot of fun.
Which is
and he's-
ironic because it's actually a comic.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Yeah,
weird. It's,
I think that
That
would
does
be
it
good.
right.
comic book world, film world, and game world. It's like
I think
all right.
that
Also,
fine.
if you
fine.
go back to Scott Pilgrim and you look at that cast, everyone before they
Oh,
were
yeah.
big. I mean, it's stacked.
Captain
Yeah, it
America
is.
is in that goddamn
Oh my
movie.
God.
I know. That's good. All right. Well, anyway, back to this.
I love this movie.
All right.
Fucking love it.
I like this movie a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a great
I've
movie.
seen it like 45 times. So yeah.
Yeah, I have it. I owned both of these movies this week. I don't, I've seen them multiple times.
All right.
This is only my
Great.
second. This is
And-
only my
and-
second.
Oh, I
time
can't believe
watching
that.
it.
This is only the second time you've seen it.
Wow.
And good Halloween
Yeah.
kind of picks too, dude.